After driving around for about 2 days with a booster pack, always having to use that to start my car, I finally gave in and decided it's time to get a new battery. And one thing I refuse to do is pay somebody to put my battery in. So we're going to do this step by step, and we're going to do it together.
You can absolutely do this.
Yuppie!
What's going on, Jeepers? Pat here from Journey to Jeeping, here to help you learn more about your Jeep and ways to save money. So I got out to start my Jeep in the morning on my way to work and realized the battery's dead. Now, first thing I thought is probably left an interior light on or one of my accessories. So I ended up boosting it, driving to work, and this seemed to be a common occurrence for the next 2 days. I ended up using the JScan app to check my voltage coming in, and that allowed me to see that my alternator is in fact working properly, so it has to be the battery at this point. Now, when searching for a replacement battery, first of all, make sure you have the right size. Any auto shop will be able to tell you what that is. The one thing you want to keep in mind is that you're going to be looking for the cold cranking amps. Now, if you're in Canada like myself, you're going to want something a little higher for those cold winter months. I went with the Optima battery that is about 800 cold cranking amps. Pay a little bit more for it. And Optima has a fantastic record as far as reviews and whatnot online, so I decided to go that route. Now, there are some other options. If you are in a warmer climate, you can start looking at the 500 cold cranking amps, something a little bit cheaper. And there's a couple different options out there. Now, you can just go with a generic battery that'll get you through the next year or two, and that's fine if you're okay with that. I just decided I wanted to get this done and not have to deal with it for a long time. All right, now this here's a very simple process. There's not a whole lot to it, just a few basic things. You're gonna need a 10 mil socket. That's about it. Now, something you wanna keep in mind is do not let the positive touch the negative. And I'll show you here how that could happen. Mainly when you pull these wires off, you want to separate them. Now, when you're using your ratchet or a wrench, if you're turning it, there is a possibility that you may turn while touching the positive and then hit the negative with the end of the wrench. And that will weld your wrench together with that battery, and you're going to have a heck of a problem. So let's just avoid that one thing. Other than that, it's a very simple process. We're going to remove the nut holding the cable to the positive terminal. We're going to remove that wire. We're going to complete the same process over on the negative side. We're going to remove that nut. We're going to lift the negative wire off the negative terminal, and that's it. We're going to pull the battery out. We're going to set it aside. We're going to grab our new one. We're going to drop it in, and we're going to repeat the process, putting it all back together. Keeping in mind, we do not want the negative and the positive wire touching, or your ratchet or wrench touching while you're installing. But other than that, that's all you need to do. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lift the hood. So we are going to have to remove this latch here on the left, the right. We're going to lift up the hood. You're going to feel a little latch. You're going to push to the right, lift straight up, and make sure to put your rod in. That's to support the hood to keep it from falling down on you. All right, it looks like we have. All right, so we're mounted in at the base, so we're gonna have to remove that as well. We're gonna need a longer extension. All right, let's see if we can get this out. Oh, crap, that's heavy. That has got some weight to it. All right, I'm gonna reverse the process. So this would be the part where you have the potential of coming across, slipping, and then touching positive to negative. So distance almost there depending on which tool you're using. If it's a long wrench, there's a good chance you can pull that off. Okay, now we're gonna put that support screw back in. Keep this battery in place because you can see it still moves around. All right, Jeepers, if you found this helpful, feel free to check out my playlist with a bunch of other how-to videos and a couple products I think you'll find super helpful.